Okay, this is Spreadsheet Standard 1. We're going to be creating and editing worksheets and workbooks. When we first open up Microsoft Excel, it gives us some options. We typically would start with a blank workbook, but there are some pre-built templates here for you. Just like there were in Microsoft Word and in Microsoft PowerPoint, there are some things that people have done in the past which may help you get started on what you're trying to build. As you peruse through them, there's lots of different things that you can use. Here's your vacation checklists, some other things like that, sports sign up, whatever. This one was a good one right here. His and hers weight loss tracker. That just looks like a fight to me, but anyway. Let's go back and let's just open up a blank workbook. What we have, the difference between a workbook and a worksheet. The book itself can contain multiple pages. It typically just starts with a 1 because we have the 17 billion cells here that we can work with, but if we run out of space we can add more sheets. That's pretty easy to do. Down the bottom we see it labeled sheet 1 on this tab. We click the plus and here is sheet 2. In addition to creating blank worksheets, I can also add in a worksheet from a different file that I have. So in this case I'm going to open up the D&D calendar that my son created here, and I'm going to make a copy of this sheet. Maybe I want to pull this into another workbook. I'm going to right click and it gives me the option to move or copy. In this case I'm going to click on create a copy, and I currently have open the D&D calendar which he has, and I have this other book that I have, so I'm going to create this now in book 3. Let's put it before sheet 1. When I click OK and I come back to my workbook, you can see I had my original sheet that I had added 1, and I've also added his calendar right here. We can also open up some other things to put into our workbook. So I'm going to right click and we're going to insert, and I have some options here. I could insert another worksheet or a chart. I can also enter in some tutorials that Excel has created here. This formula tutorial, when I click on it, is going to add about 8 different tabs at the bottom that walk you through some basics of formulas. So if you get stuck ever with formulas, you know those will be here. I also have some spreadsheet solutions. Let's just grab a personal monthly budget. We can kind of get a preview of what that's going to look like. When I click on OK, it's going to add this sheet right here, and I can start making some changes to it as I need to. But I can get me basically started on some things that maybe I didn't think about it. You're going to move out, and so you didn't think about how much is your garbage going to cost you every month to have taken away. This will get you thinking about it. It's just showing you some ways that people have done some things in the past. Finally, for this tutorial, we are going to be moving some worksheets within a workbook and making a copy of them. Maybe I don't want the first thing that's seen when I open this workbook to be my personal monthly budget. I can really rather easily just grab this by left clicking and dragging it. You can see I'm placing it now after sheet number 2. Maybe I need to make a copy of it. I'm going to right click, move or copy. I could have moved it just in here. I'm going to just take my personal monthly budget. I'm going to create a copy and move it to the end. When I click OK, now I have a second copy of my personal monthly budget.